Memorial Day weekend is here, and you guys know what that means. It's time for the 2013 Summer Backlog Challenge. For those of you that don't know about the Summer Backlog Challenge, it's basically where you pick a few games out of your collection that you haven't completed, and you set out to beat them over the summer. Now, typically the summer is a rather slow month for new video game releases, but for some reason, this summer seems to be full of great games coming out, so this definitely might be a challenge. After failing these challenges over the past couple of summers, I decided to switch things up a little bit so I don't feel so restricted. And honestly, I think that was part of the problem. You know, I would show you guys 5 games that I wanted to complete over the summer, and I really did want to complete those 5 games, but one of those games might have been a game that I really couldn't get into, so, you know, that just totally threw me off. There goes my Summer Backlog Challenge. So this time around, for this year's Summer Backlog Challenge, I decided to pick 10 games. Now, there's no way in the world I'm going to complete all 10 games, on top of some of the great games that I'm looking forward to this summer that are coming out. But whichever 5 games I complete from these 10 are going to be the games that I'm rolling with for this challenge. Alright, so now that I have that out of the way, I'm going to share with you guys the 10 games that I've selected, and hopefully I'll get around to beating 5 of them. First up is Deadly Premonition for the Xbox 360. Now, I bought this game when it was first released, and I really did like it. I played about 2 hours of it. I liked it, despite the fact that I had some issues with the controls. But, you know, for some reason or another, I never got around to actually playing more of it or even completing it, which is why I'm going to delete my save and start fresh and get through it. I liked what they've shown of the director's cut, which is available for the PlayStation 3. So if I can get through this and I really enjoy it, I'll definitely go out and buy that director's cut when the price drops. Syndicate for the Xbox 360 is another game that I could potentially beat this summer. I got this back in 2011 or maybe in the beginning of 2012, and I've played about 30 minutes of it, but honestly, I forgot all about it. It wasn't until a couple months ago that I saw it on the shelf and I was like, man, I should get back into it. It's made by Starbreeze Studios, who did the Chronicles of Riddick game on the Xbox, the original Xbox, and I think they also did The Darkness 2, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. So, you know, Chronicles of Riddick for the Xbox 360 had amazing gunplay, and hopefully the same can be said about this one. Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City is one of the games that's really high up on this list. I really want to complete this. I'm in the mood to play an open world game, and I'm really excited for Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out in September. If for some reason you didn't know, Episodes from Liberty City is basically the 2 DLC packs that were put out as expansions to Grand Theft Auto 4. It includes Lost in the Dam and The Ballad of Gay Tony. I've already played a little bit of The Ballad of Gay Tony, and I really like it. So like I said, this is one of the ones you're probably going to see an update on, because I am going to complete this. Kirby's Return to Dreamland for the Nintendo Wii is one of those games that I have purchased, but I've never actually gotten around to playing to. And I plan on fixing that this summer. I'm like on this Kirby kick. I've completed some of the games off the Anniversary Collection. I've downloaded the Kirby games onto my Wii U. I'm just really loving Kirby right now, and Return to Dreamland totally takes it back to the old school Kirby. It's more traditional, which I absolutely adore. Also for the Nintendo Wii, I'm going to try to complete The Last Story. Now, I know this is an RPG, and RPGs typically tend to take a lot of time to complete, but this one is a shorter RPG. It's about 20 hours, I'm hearing, and I've already put a good 3 hours into it, and I really like where the story's going. I love the characters, and the gameplay mechanics just work really well for me. I'm really into it. You guys know I love The Legend of Zelda. It's my favorite video game series ever. And even though I have so much love for the series, there still are a few games that I haven't completed yet. And one of those is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Now, this is the Game Boy version, but I won't be playing this version. I'll be playing the updated version, which is available for the Nintendo 3DS. I've heard such great things about Link's Awakening. The reason why I never played it back in the day is because I just didn't know it existed. I did not know there was a Zelda game for the Game Boy, because if I did, I would have been all over it. So I'm really looking forward to playing through this. And Oracles of Ages and Oracles of Seasons is coming out for the 3DS as well, and that's going to be awesome. But I really am going to spend my time with Link's Awakening. I'm sure it's not going to take me any time to complete Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask for the Nintendo 3DS. I started playing this a couple months ago and I got sidetracked. I mean, it's the story of my life. But I liked it. You know, the story's pretty good. It's not my favorite Layton game, but I need to play through this one. I mean, I love this series. I've played and completed all of the other Layton games, and I'm really excited for the new one that's coming out in 2014. I don't know why we're getting it in 2014. That's ridiculous. But anyway, I do want to get this out of the way before the new one comes out. The last 3 games I'm going to share with you guys are all available for the Nintendo DS. So first up is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Now, I was so mad at myself for not completing this game because I love this game. You know, this game is pretty awesome. It's a point and click, like adventure style game where you can embody objects, which is hilarious. The dialogue is great. The story is really good and the characters are awesome. So, you know, even though I got far in this game, you know, I went back to try to play it and I had no clue what was going on. I'm restarting and I'm getting it over with because this is, to me, a must complete. I must finish this game. It's definitely a gem for the DS. After the recent announcement of the new Phoenix Wright downloadable game that's supposed to be hitting the 3DS eShop later this year, I decided to go back and try Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. Now, I remember playing a little bit of this back in 2009, and from what I remember, it's really nothing like the Phoenix Wright games. I mean, it has its similarities, but it's not necessarily based in the courtroom. It doesn't really have that courtroom setting. It's more or less about going around you know, crime scenes and trying to solve mysteries. You're searching for clues and all of that stuff. And it still does have the awesome characters that I love from this series and some new ones as well. And all of that crazy banter that goes on between the characters, I absolutely love. The dialogue is great. So I do want to get around to playing this because I'm so excited for that new eShop game. Even though we won't be getting a retail version, I still can't wait to play a new Phoenix Wright title. The last game I'm going to share with you guys is one that I am so excited to play. I've just been itching to play a new Dragon Quest game, and here I have Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. For some reason lately I've really been into RPGs. I'm not quite sure how long this is going to take me to complete, but quite honestly, I really don't care. I've been itching to play a new Dragon Quest game, and although this isn't necessarily new, it's new to me. I have no clue what this story is about. And I love the Dragon Quest series. I mean, it's a traditional RPG. What is there not to love? So I know I'm really going to get into this. A lot of people highly recommend this title, and I can't wait to get into it. So those are the games that I've selected for the 2013 Summer Backlog Challenge. Again, I personally showed you guys 10 games, but I'm only setting out to complete 5 of those games. And if I have any extra time, I'll definitely keep going through that list. Now, this year's Summer Backlog Challenge is going to begin on June 1st, and it's going to run all the way up to September 30th. So you're going to have more than enough time to try to complete some of the games that you want to get out of your backlog. Now, as always, I love to get the community involved. So if you guys want to participate in this year's Summer Backlog Challenge, make a video response, leave a comment below. If you guys are on Twitter, follow me on Twitter and use the hashtag Summer Backlog to keep up with everyone's progress. On top of all of that, you can also go to the Rad Rascals forum, which I'll leave a link in the description box below, and you can talk about your progress there, the games that you're playing for this challenge, and if you completed them or not. I mean, the whole point behind the Summer Backlog Challenge is just to get all of you guys out there in the community involved on trying to clear out some of your backlog, and, you know, also for a little bit of bragging rights as well. So I want to thank all of you guys for watching this video, and I'll check you next time.